What you see here is some of our heirloom, our Hawaiian Kalo. Some of these varieties go far back into time where only the recorded olelo or the chants were used, and these are here today. Our farmers today, we're trying to verify our ike kupuna, the knowledge from our ancestors, because a lot of people look down on us as mahi'ai, as farmers. He's only a farmer. They fail to realize that to be a good mahi'ai, yeah, you have to know the universe of a mahi'ai, which means I have to be a water scientist, I have to be a soil scientist, I have to be a weatherman to be able to sense the wind, the rain. The whole environment is my universe. So when people look at a mahi'ai or a farmer or a hula dancer and say, she's just a kumuhula, or he's just a farmer, they don't realize the extent of knowledge. Kupuna ike, the knowledge of our ancestors, is the science. The big difference with science today and a science of yesterday is, one, science of yesterday, we're not limited by money. Two, we're not limited by time. It takes us 3 generations to verify that that variety can grow in the cold waters or the hot water. That's what it will take. Today's science, they focus all the way down to the atom, to the element. But because they're restricted by funding and time, the focus is too narrow. They don't know the consequences of what is outside of this lo'i. They don't know that 5 years from now, that taro they bred will be invasive and take over the lo'i and choke out the rest of the taro. The science today, we as practitioners need to malama, to have them sit down with us and tell us what is their intention. What are they trying to do when they hybridize a certain variety of taro? The quest for the super taro, the taro that will grow in every environment, in every situation, is a myth. The varieties we have that our ancestors passed us down to us is extreme. When I say extreme, Kalo Paua, the only one that could grow in the desert of Kauai. Yeah? Piko uli uli and piko olono, yeah? Piko ele ele. These are taro was bred by our ancestors that could tolerate the warm water, the cold water. Today people say, Uncle Jerry, they go, I like dry land taro, or I like wetland taro. The taro doesn't care what environment you put it in. It can handle. The problem is the ike. The modern farmer today do not have that knowledge. They'll plant in the center of the field a row of manaulu. They don't know the story of that manaulu. They don't know the mo'oku auhau of that kalo. They don't know that's the fastest maturing taro in all of the Hawaiian selection. So, ike kupuna, you don't plant it in the middle row of the lo'i. You put that the first one on the bank. Because when that matures, you can harvest without disturbing the other rows. You put it in the center, by the time you harvest your PLE, your pico keokeo, that guy is already rotten and gone. Then you blame the taro, it doesn't like the water. Ole. Ike kupuna remains in us and our DNA. In the rush today of making kala, money, we forget a lot of these important things. Our kupuna had to know. It wasn't a matter of making money. It was a matter of whether you have food or not. the survival of our people, this knowledge was very crucial. Today we're in Chris and Dami's lo'i, and I notice here they have many different varieties of kalo. We have kalo ohe. Ohe is bamboo. So what is the relationship of that taro and bamboo? The characteristic is like the ohe bamboo, light green with dark green stripe on the lihi. Yeah. Now you say, so what? Well, the knowledge and the mo'olelo of that taro will tell you its uniqueness. Kohala Mountain, my ohana, Uncle Earl, love to eat ohe. So I give him huli, he go up, he plant. After he plant, he come back down about a year later, said, oh, Jerry, I need some more huli. Mine on maki. I give him some more huli, he kanu. The third time he came back to ask for more huli, I told him, you never hear a taro tell you something? He no like live up there with the big wind and the hot. The palate of the Kanaka has to change today. No matter what's good on the other side, your kanu, what is good for your aina, that is what gonna sustain you and your ohana. Not the magical wish and desires of your humanness, yeah? Oh, I like this because, oh, the baga look nice, yeah? Our orchards, our forestry people, they understand that. I don't care how much you like peaches, you stay in Puna, it ain't gonna grow for you, yeah? We have to be accommodating with nature. Nature gonna give us our needs. So you go down, we're gonna walk down here on this Kalo. I'm gonna try not to disturb its roots. But you look, I was telling you how they've got the varieties. Now this particular one is an interesting one. This is Pololu, and the name it comes from the Pololu Valley on Hawaii Island. Now they tell me some of the Japanese who cultivate this variety have another name for it. It's called bakatari. Yeah. So why do they call it bakatari? It's because when they cook it and you let it get cold and you try to cook it, that thing fly all over the place like crazy. Yeah? So the millers don't like this taro because you wear the machine out. So they don't produce this, they don't buy this, they don't want nothing to do with it. But if you've ever eaten pololu pa'i'ai, oh, this baga is so ono. But commercial-wise, it has no value for them. But for kanaka mahi'ai like me, oh, this is one I gonna treasure on the side, yeah? This color, one of the hardest color Hawaiians have. When you cook, it say lina lina. Oh, that bagaka, beautiful. You pick them up like on muchi, yeah? The Japanese ground rice. Put them up. That is what Hawaiians love, yeah? The more that the kalo, after you cook it and you kui, can absorb water, the more pa'i'ai you have for feed your ohana. So it is not how many acres or how many lo'i you have. It is the quality of each kalo. That is what maximizes. Why plant 6 rows when one kano can give you 17 pounds? Yeah? My friend said, oh, Uncle Jerry, I got half an acre dry land, I want kano. I said, how many labor help you have? He said, oh, just me and my wife. I said, I'd like you to have your phone number. Because when come time to harvest, because you're going to plant all one time, I go, yeah. I know you're going to have more than you can sell or give away. So I'll call you then and come help you, take it off your hands. Yeah? When I started to them and talk about how this taro can come big, all I see the eyeballs rolling with the dollar sign. Yeah? And after they plant, they don't listen. See, once the dollar sign starts rolling, they don't listen. It's later when I gotta go come and go hustle for makana, all that taro to my ohana. I love it. Yeah, we all get free taro. But lolo nahoi, why you plant so much? I go to Uncle Jerry, oh, the taro no do good for me. I say, wow. I look your patch. Hey, look here, how clean. This is an organic Kalo farm. No herbicide, no pesticide, commercial kind, yeah? Look how beautiful. Look around you. You see all the grass on the other side. Those patches are being fallowed. The worms are in there. They're building up the soil. It is not us throw food for the taro. We throw food for the aina. The worms, the bacteria in there, they break down the food we hanai them. They're the one that produce the mea ai for that kalo. That is why the difference when we see them throw chemical fertilizers. Oh, baga oh we. I hear the makani puio say, oh, the taro weak. Hey, I put you in a room, feed you dog food and water every day for 9 months. You be ma'i too. You be sick too. This is a living organism. It blends. It is more adaptive than to us, many of us. I'll let you focus on that taro. You see that all that leaf funny kind? This is called Colocasia. That's our taro, Colocasia escalenta, phytophthora, this fungus. Yeah? Now, I like my mom. My mom is always, whether it be bugs or disease, she said, hey, as long as they leave me my share. Yeah? How you avoid this or get as minimum as you can is through hanai, maikai. Feed the taro well. Give them enough water for inu. Yeah? That they're going to resist. I'm going to tell you one story just lately confirmed by my scientist friend at the university. They were breeding a taro variety to be resistant to this. Yeah? And he was all excited because at the university farm in Hilo, where I planted varieties for distribution, there was this phytophthora. So he took this phytophthora, took it in the lab, he prepared it, and he tried infecting this hybrid. Hey, the hybrid, hold real good. Then he went to Hamakua Coast, picked up the phytophthora from another farm, came back, infected that hybrid, and what happened? Oh, the baga in maki. What they don't realize is taro, phytophthora, they are living organisms. Yeah? You go take a little bit water away, he's going to change the taro. He's going to be a little shorter, a little stockier. He's adapting to it. You take this guy, you put a genes in a taro or whatever you do to make it stronger, this guy is moving. So what are you doing? You are wasting your time. You need to go to the fact, why does this come? You look over here, look, only this one. Look at the other taro, they might kai. Yeah? This is nature at its worst and at its best. It's adapting, it's balance. You're going to always have mea ai when you give the kalo what it needs. When you think you're going to be better, you're going to make more kalo than you get in water, you're going to stress the taro out. Just like the human. You stress them, the baga catch cold. Same thing here. The plants are no different. Now, we come to varieties, yeah? We get beautiful. This is a pico variety. See how the leaf cut in? All the way down to the apex, yeah? Maybe this side better to show, yeah? What is the mo'olelo of pico varieties? Another name for it is hae, yeah? Cut. So people say, hey, you know, we go windy kind place. This is the kalo. She no rip. She aerodynamics. Nahoi, yeah? Wind come, she just adjusts, she moving. She not going to tell like some of the moe or the other varieties. This Kalo, this beautiful black, it is called Ipu'olono for the Mo'olonos, the followers of Lono, yeah, Ipu'olono. But we must realize there's others. Wehiwa, Kalo Wehiwa, that's also. So it depends who the practitioner is. It depends the aina histe, what is appropriate and what is not. Now, I want to show you this little device. Amahiai, a taro farmer. Our kupuna, we don't have that Kalo here, but it's a variety of taro called Kalo Pa'akai. Pa'akai means salt. Why would our Hawaiians call this taro Pa'akai or salt? Some guys say, oh, tastes salty. Oh, how come tastes salty? The story about Kalo Pa'akai was grown in the Lihikai, the edge of the ocean where the brackish water comes in. Sometimes pu'uvai comes up, yeah? So the variation of the salinity, the saltiness of that, these Kalo Pa'akai was bred by our kupuna that could grow in that. So when my doctor friend Dennis Gonzalez wanted to genetic engineer a taro to have that tolerance, I said, whoa, doc, we get them already. We have that taro. So he said, okay, Jerry, bring your taro. We're going to see how that thing works. Shoot, I bring them in. So they made a test. And this is where Ike Kupuna versus science today. They bring a big plastic container. They fill them up with tap water. Yeah? With the hose, they fill them up here. Then they go get one bag of salt. They put it inside. They put the floater for measure the salinity. Yeah? Oh, okay, get in the teens, amakai, we're going to see how strong this plant going to grow. How, I go crazy when I hear that. Our taro doesn't grow in a tub with salt water and with salt mixed with fresh water. Our taro in the brackish water has nutrients down. So this test is not pa'a, it's not pono. The result you're going to get is already kapulu de hana. Hana kapulu. You got to throw that away with it because no matter the result come, it's not practical. So we bring the mahi'ai. We bring the farmer who has this ike. So what he does, because us farmers no more money, yeah? We go to a friend and we ask her, we tell her what we're trying to do. And so my friend loaned me this gauge. With this gauge, I can dip it in the water and I look inside and he's going to tell me how many percent salt get. So today, actually this week I'm coming back and I'm taking specific areas around this. I'm going to take it at high tide, at low tide, and I'm going to measure the salinity. If I can find difference or variation, we're going to plant that taro. And we're going to monitor him, we're going to document, and we're going to verify our kupuna ike that it is salt tolerant. It is no doubt in my mind when our kupuna say something, it is so. When a scientist who get 30 years of knowledge tells me something, and my kupuna for 8th generation tell me something, guess who I'm going to believe? Yeah? So, technology today I use very much for a purpose of confirmation of Ike Kupuna. Because nobody listens to a mahi'ai. Yeah? So what I gotta do is I gotta speak in their language. I gotta tell them the amount of salinity in there, the tide fluctuation. Hey, we can get down. You don't have to get a PhD. Mine is a LPM, Lepopolo Mahi'ai. Yeah? I challenge any of my researchers, come in the patch. First thing you like say my taro, I'm going to tell you what their name. They don't know their name. Tell me their story. They cannot even tell me the story because they don't know their name. So, how are you going to save us if you don't even know them, their characteristics? You already put the mana ulu in the center of there, and when all rotten when you got there, and you said, oh, that terra no like the water. How deep is that? So today, I work with a lot of my university friends, and I try to put out the fire before it's created. Kalamai. When I say put out fire, I'm talking about misinformation. I have a gentleman who works, he's a student, he's going for his PhD, and he calls me, says, Uncle Jerry, I want to work on uala. Gives me 2 pages of all this work he has. So I said, Hawaiian sweet potatoes, yes. I said, do you know their names? No, I don't. Okay. That's a major problem, yeah? Because a potato is a potato. Now, if you uala, sweet potato pia, when you hooky that uala out, it needs to be white, because the pia plant, the name that related to is. Now, you get one variety with a stick inside and the name says huamoa. When you pull that uala and you cut the i'o, it better look like one chicken eggs, yellow inside. But when you go to the collections with this wonderful 26 Hawaiian varieties, 40 Hawaiian varieties, and I start cutting, and I go, oh my God. Names are wonderful, but names are vital. Yeah? Lele aku, ka mo'olelo. Once you let that go, you know can bring back, just like GMO. So when you put your mea mana on top and you say, this is uala pia, that bugger better be white. Otherwise, all that kupuna that follow you, they're watching you from under those trees, they're going to say, lolo yake kanaka. Where that boy coming from? Yeah? It is important what comes from your mouth. Yeah? Lelo ola, lelo make. That's very important. How you present yourself to the environment you work in. Before you even come in here, at the gate, at the entrance of your mala or your loe, you vehe yourself. Vehe, you open yourself up. You give yourself the opportunity to listen to your uhane that follows you and guide you. This is your kupuna. These are your aumakuas. They're going to take you. They're going to allow you to hear the little voices. I think the English, they call it deja vu. You know you've never been there, but you know what's get there. Yeah? Ike kupuna. It's in your DNA whether you like it or not. Don't get confused by distractions around you. Rely on those that stand behind you and support you. That is how you're going to learn the generations of knowledge that our kupuna had, because they wasn't restricted by money or time. That is your library. Yeah? The library you see today in a lot of the stories in the books, that's maikai. But the real mahi'ai, he no need that resource. It's all here. If you tu kanu, mahi'ai, it's here. But he's not going to talk to you, and you're not going to hear him unless you vehe yourself. Yeah? You come in, you take out all the distraction, and you mahi'ai. And that voice will tell you, we too shallow you kanu. You planted on too close to here. The root's going to come, he's going to eat up all the nutrients. Yeah? People say, it's common sense. It's more than common sense. It is the alert from your kupuna. So I want to get back into varieties. Today, this is how we preserve our biodiversity. This beautiful kalo here is a lehua. Yeah? How do I know it's a lehua? E ma'ano. Yeah? Ho'omau, I kanu this. Yeah? The doctor says, Jerry, how many years you get in studying taro, because I've studied taro for 30 years. That's how sarcastic he told me. So I look at him without blinking and I say, conservatively, 150 years. That's my grandpa, my mom, my dad, and I. But if you like, I go back 8 generations, he can know. Can. That knowledge that we can pull is so piha. It takes us, when I first go and I get this call behind me, tell me, hey, manini o wali. Whoa, long time I no see you, manini o wali. I look the characteristics, the purple, the lihi on the lao, and the apex under there, go all the way up, yeah? What does that mean? For the uninitiated, that means nothing. But for the initiated, whose kupuna grew that kalo, they know that you look over here, you see nana mai, you see a runner come out. Right here. Here's another baby, another baby. So people tell me, Uncle, Hawaiian taro no throw runners, right? Ole, they do. How come they throw runners? Is it because they don't enough food? Or they get too much food? It's like nature, the African Serengeti. When the rain come in, all these things grow, come up, yeah? The animals, what do? They create. They make babies. Same thing like the kalo. You give them good me'ai food, you give them good water, good sunshine. Look, she like make more babies. My kailoa. That is the olelo, the mo'olelo of the kalo, yeah? Especially in this manini family. Now, I told you about kalo pa'akai. We want to find the salinity. I also would like with my friends is to document all of our taro that has names related to the kai, like o'opukai, kai ala, kai kea, kai uli uli. All those varieties, o'opukai. We want to kanu and see if our kupuna was so deep that this kalo was related to the cultivation near a lihikai, near the beach. Yeah? How wonderful is that? People are concerned about the rise of the tide and the rise of the sea level. Our kupuna that too. They went breed this taro for that purpose. Yeah? So very, very important. Now I'm going to step over to this other variety. This other variety belongs in the pico family because the come down here, yeah, the lau cut just like the pico. But if you nana mai, if you look underneath, you can see these ruffles, yeah, yeah. So when you see this ruffle and you feel the ha at the apex, even if you're a blind person, you would know the name of this taro is pico lehua pei or app. Yeah? Lehua. What is the name of the lehua? Well, lehua can mean many things, but in this situation, it resembles the blossom. We're talking about the ohi'a lehua, the red ohi'a lehua. Now, why would they call this taro that? Because if you look at this young leaf, it has this bronze color, yeah? The one that just opened up, the mohala. And this is one of the characteristics of all the lehuas we have. And when you cut that underneath, if you were to cut that corn and you put them in a wheelbarrow with all the other different lehua, like lehua pala'i'i, lehua maoli, or the maui lehua, you're not going to be able to tell a difference because they look the same. And when you make poi, it will red, yeah, like the lehua, or hi'a lehua. So that kind of mana'o is in each one, is in its name. Very, very important. Now we step over to this beautiful striped kalo here. Now we look and we see it has stripes, yeah? The striped taro belongs, this particular one is called Manini opelu, yeah? All Manini Kalo has stripes. Not all striped Kalo belongs to the Manini family. So this is another one we're gonna test using the salinity, yeah? Looking at over here, this is the Ula Ula family. We have 3 today. So my ka'iloa, we have all these wonderful, they can grow in certain, oh, look at this beautiful one here. This belongs to the Ka'i family, yeah, or Ka'i. And I look at this and I know it can be one of 2. Either it's Kai ala or Kai kea. I go reach down, I hem with a kohina, I go and see that, yeah. So what we talk today is the diversity of our Kalo that will sustain us. It's just like us today. We come from different islands, to different places. Some of us are hunters, some of us are mahi'ai. This diversity is what sustains the Kanaka. And the diversity of our Kanaka is also for survival, yeah? Uncle, he's a pig raiser. Or brother, he's a mahi'ai. Or that one is he's a fisherman. We all work together. Diversity, each one is important. Kalopaua, they will let them go because too small. When you're out in a Kau desert and you have nothing else to eat, and that Kalopaua, he give you mea'ai, it's not too small. You see what I mean? We as human beings, especially Western influence, we have to get away from the kind of mana'o. Yeah? The answer is in our kupuna. Ike kupuna. Mahalo.